Hi, everyone. I hope we're having a wonderful Sunday. It's the end of the week. I hope this long weekend for you, most of you, that Monday is going to be a holiday. I'll make a point to wish you guys tomorrow morning. So I don't want to run in haste and wish you ahead of the festive season. That being said, hope your day is slow. Take your time. Don't rush your day. Enjoy your holiday. It's important to take it slow because life tends to, the way we live our life nowadays, it tends to kind of catch up with us and we're not able to keep up. So when you do get these breaks, like these holidays on Sundays, do get up a little late, do enjoy your breakfast a little slower, don't be in a rush to get it done. And it's okay to be bored. It's okay to be wondering what to do. It's a wonderful place to be if you are in that position. And those of you who are like parents like me, I feel sorry for you. There are no more holidays for the rest of your life. Holidays are a distant dream. And I wanted to say that. And plus, I wanted to pull out a couple of comments which I read, which are rather interesting. So one of these comments, which I had a little laugh about, was today morning. On a couple of days ago, we had done a video about how to save and buy, and then I had this comment on YouTube. Where is it? So it's Krithvi Praveen, who has said, "Sir, you keep 11% returns. For sure, for such short duration, how can you confidently say 11%? What if there's a crash and you're down 10%? Yes, Prithvi, lots of things can happen. Things can go wrong. You can buy a bike on an EMI and lose your job. And then you can lose your bike because it's repossessed because you're not able to pay your EMI. Wonderful. Since we're talking about things can go wrong, sure, you can buy a bike, and you can have the bike stolen. Then what are you going to do? So if you want to talk negative, sure, there's lots of negatives on your side too. I don't want to pick on you. I'm just telling you, this is how the human mind works. Then you went on to say, also 3 years waiting for a bike. We are paying for other modes of transport, which is not free. You're missing adding that. Yes, you'll be paying for petrol in first case, but it's not going to be the same as the transport cost itself. Then there's enjoyment cost. After 3 years, you might get married and complete this graduation. Then they would have missed enjoying the missed time. See, this is what I was talking about in the video about desire, how desire catches up on you and how it can play with you. And this is a perfect example of how desire, you can use this kind of logic on anything. Keshav uses it all the time, but now thankfully he has stopped smoking, so touch wood. But he used to use this logic when he used to be smoking. He'd be like, no, sir, I'm very stressed, so I must do it. I'd be like, there's lots of other options, but no, if I don't do it, my stress levels will go up. So these kinds of logic anyone can use. You can use this logic for driving fast, saying if I don't drive fast and get there, I'm going to lose something. Well, you may even end up losing your life. So it's important to keep this kind of mental noise in check. That's why I always say take it slow, take a breath. If you feel like doing something, take a breath and see what happens when you take the breath. Do you really feel like doing it again? And you're right, 11% return may not be possible. But I can argue and I can show you, because we're in the middle of a bull run. If I show you the returns for the market for the last 3 years, I think Nifty will probably be having a return well over 15, 16%. There's even single year returns where it's giving 20%. So these arguments are nice to have. But reality of it is we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. And taking a loan is always a bit of a thing which I would like you to avoid, especially in a young age. Because having freedom from not having a loan is a wonderful feeling, not having to pay an EMI. So don't rush into taking on the burden of an EMI. And if you look at negatives, you can look at negatives in any form, in any factor, any situation, you can look at a negative and just gets argumentative. Rather than that, try to focus on positives and things that will take you forward. And trust me, Prithvi, that you'd feel much happier buying something with cash and not buying it with an EMI. The sense of accomplishment you feel when you do this is fantastic. Then in the iPhones video, there was another comment from, sir, do you agree the common man has money to buy Apple phone? Forget in India or in Dubai or US. Let's be clear, this segment of population is impacting. Who runs the grey market? In the ultra rich, wealthy salaried class and bottom segment in the pyramid, or the bottom segment in the pyramid. So I want you to take some time and Google on amount of iPhones which are being sold in India and if you see the volume of iPhones being sold in India now in all their models across, you'll be surprised to see the numbers. And the reason why I'm saying you'll be surprised is when you see those numbers, you can't tell me there are that many ultra rich people in India. Unfortunately, these products are not targeted at ultra rich. Ultra rich are very smart. When was the last time you see any of your actors outside holding these devices in their hand or encouraging their children to use? There was an article which came out very recently, which you can Google and see. Even Apple top brass, their employees, encourage their children not to use their own devices because these devices are highly addictive and they're very bad for your mental health. And these devices are targeted at people who can't afford. You stretch yourself, you feel you're missing out. You see these influencers, you see the ads, you feel like you're going to miss out on something if you don't have this device. Trust me, an Android phone, even a cheap Android phone, can pretty much do what an iPhone does, but that won't satisfy you. And that's how the mind is. It again goes back to this first part which I was talking about, which is desire, and how desire can really cripple you and prevent you from doing things. So desire can cripple you and prevent you from moving forward and doing things in life, and it disables you from seeing what you have right now. So yes, iPhone, you're absolutely right. It is sold to you like that. The ultra rich, the rich and famous, the people who have lots of money are the ones who are buying iPhones. No, the people who aspire to be rich, the people who want to look rich, are the ones who are buying iPhones. Since they can't afford the lifestyle of the rich and famous or what is being portrayed, they end up trying to somehow save or borrow and buy this because then they feel at least they have this. Anyway, that being said, today being Sunday, I thought I'd talk about another book for a lot of entrepreneurs who are out there, a lot of business people who are out there who keep asking me, are there any books for entrepreneurs, for business people which you recommend? So the book which I wanted to talk about is one which Anand made me read long time back. It's called Long Tail by Chris Anderson. It's an important read for entrepreneurs for several reasons. So I thought I'll walk through this, then I maybe try and give some Indian examples for this. So first is understanding modern markets. This book beautifully explains the rise of the internet and digital economy has shifted the economic model from focusing primarily on blockbuster hits to the value of niche products and markets. So as an entrepreneur, you can benefit from this insight by understanding where opportunities lie outside mainstream market. Many of us who are especially from the my generation believe in these blockbuster, big screen grab kind of products and screen grab kind of hits. But the market has shifted thanks to internet and digital economy. That even if you have uh, a very niche product, you can find yourself a market, you can find yourself an audience to serve. And then they talk about the digital economy, how in this digital age it's crucial for entrepreneurs and business people to understand how digital platforms such as Amazon, Netflix, and Spotify have transformed traditional business. And these platforms cater to a wider variety of tastes, not just the popular ones. We were always stuck in these silos when we were thinking of ideas to do business, saying we had to do this because this is what is successful. Everyone is doing it, so we must also do it. But not anymore. As in, because of these platforms such as Amazon, Netflix, and Spotify, you're allowed to, and YouTube and Instagram, you're allowed to be diverse in your thinking and approach, and you can be revolutionary in your ideas, and you can directly reach your audience. There are no more layers of work which you have to do and wait for your break. You can actually create your break now. And diversification is another thing that they touched upon. The long tail principle suggests that businesses can thrive by offering a wider range of products, even if some of these products are not appealing, only appeal to a smaller number of people, like what I said before. And they can be a powerful strategy for startups and small businesses. If you're a small business or a small startup, what you want to do is show proof of concept. And the best way to show proof of concept is to have one product or a small product which appeals to a smaller group so you can incubate your idea and let it grow and find out and iron out all the small issues before you go large and you go big and try to go for a wider audience. The book also sheds light on how consumers today are looking for more personalized and niche products and services. The understanding can help business people like you to tailor your offerings. Gone are the days where you had no choice. You had to say, okay, when you go to a Bata store, these are only four shoes available. Not anymore. Bata as a brand also has changed and evolved because of this. Before we only had two cars in India. We could either buy Fiat or you could buy an Ambassador. Then that changed slowly. Then we had the Maruti come in. Then from Maruti now we have immense amount of varieties to choose from. So as an entrepreneur, you can also see this. How even Nike shoe, now you can order and customize your shoe instead of buying the mainstream shoe. You can say, I want this kind of a upper, this kind of a sole. I want these kind of colors on it. And you can order it. And it's a booming market, these tailor-made offerings. Cost efficiency. The digital storage and distribution has become much cheaper. When Gmail first launched, when they offered 1 GB of storage, it was something mind-boggling. Like 1 GB, I'll never fill that space. 1 GB is so big. Having an email account with 1 GB, that's literally limitless. Now 1 GB has become nothing. And cloud storage used to be very expensive. Not anymore. It's become very economical, feasible for all businesses to take cloud storage and use cloud. For a wide range of products and services are available for entrepreneurs now to take full advantage. Like companies like Zoho offering online services. So your accounting, everything has become online. So the cost efficiency has come up to a new level where, as a business person, as you're starting, your capital costs and capital requirements for these things have come down. So you have an option now as a businessman, which you were very prohibitively expensive before and very time consuming before. Now it's very intuitive and very easy to use and very cost effective. And you can turn it on and turn it off. Subscriptions have become there. So it's much easier. And understanding the laundering concept can give lead entrepreneurs to innovate in areas that might have been previously overlooked due to narrow focus of market appeal, which is very true. In all these big corporations from Tata and Reliance, all of them suffer this because of their narrow focus and mass market appeal. They overlook on profit segments which are available, which is what I spoke about in Tata Consumer when I spoke about D'Souza taking over the helm of Tata Consumer. How he made innovation the benchmark, and R&D and marketing worked in tandem together, putting products out very fast, and turnaround time was brought down to 6 to 9 months for new product launches, and how he had an open environment for innovation to be fostered. And that's a great example how he created markets for himself. Competition, that the book talks about. In the world of long tail, even the small players can find a niche and compete successfully against big competitors for catering to specific audiences. This is very true. If you look at what was the example which I was thinking of? Mine. That Let me redo this bit again. Ellen, hopefully you've edited this out properly, Ellen. Competition. In the world of long tail, even small players can find a niche and compete successfully against big competitors for catering specific audiences. We have seen this in the world of IT and IT related services. In the world of long tail, even small players can find their niche and compete successfully against big competitors for catering specific audiences. We have seen this time and time again in this internet and social media business which we are in now, that even a small idea can take root and can grow rapidly very fast. And most of the time what happens is the product is so great, that's why unicorns are there. And we've seen them, that a big player will come and swallow this guy, and the guy will get cashed out. He'll sell his company and make a tidy profit and move on. From the way back in the days of Hotmail, we saw this. Then we saw it in YouTube, Instagram. So many stories we have seen in our lifetime already, that this internet platform which we have now is a place where any idea, be it small, can find roots and can grow and take on big competition. And finally, the big competition takes notice and they decide, okay, your idea is very good. How can we do business together? So these are the main ideas which he touches upon in long tail. And some of the examples which I can talk about is like how Flipkart began selling books. Now they have a vast array of niche products catering for a diverse range of taste and preferences. Then another idea is Bollywood blockbusters. Though they continue to dominate, platforms like Netflix in India have given independent filmmakers a platform, and regional cinema has also taken a new twist and got a wider audience, worldwide audience. You've seen the success of a lot of movies and actors coming through this platform, which was never there before. Young actors and actresses and directors and storytellers had no option but to go big in Bollywood to the big producers. Now you can reach Netflix, you can reach Amazon, you can go on. Even if you don't want to do that, you can just go straight on to YouTube and launch yourself, which is a fantastic thing which we can see now. From the monopolistic days of Doordarshan, India's media landscape has also become well diversified with all our OTT platforms, Voot, Z5, Sony Live. Though from my generation, people who are there can remember how Doordarshan was the only option which we had back then, where we used to sit and watch. Even for music, Doordarshan was the only option. I don't know how many of you will remember Olium Olium and all those Chitrahar and all that happening on TV. I'm sure I'm talking to a generation, my generation, or even an older generation, which are probably not sitting and watching this. Another example is Zomato, how small local eateries have gotten to a wider audience, and democratization of food distribution has happened because of that. That's another idea of long tail. If you're a small eatery and you didn't have a reach in Chennai itself, thanks to Zomato, now you can serve a wider audience. The entire Chennai is available to you. And if you're making good food and interesting food, you have this democratization of food distribution happening thanks to Zomato and Swiggy. Another example would be Rospo or Share Chat, where small content producers all over India in regional languages now have a wider market and a wider reach. A small farmer sitting in a village somewhere in Tamil Nadu can become a YouTube sensation and create and launch a channel and become a media sensation. And even recently, a young boy called a broke college student, I think, launched on Instagram. And within a couple of months, he created a channel on Instagram where he's got over 3 lakh, 4 lakh followers now. And he's creating very good content. This is also thanks to the idea of long tail. So these are the kind of ideas which I wanted to talk about today. And I can go on talking more and more about ideas like Dunzo, other Indian grown ideas, which are increasingly digitalization of tier 2 and tier 3 cities, leading to larger and greater diversifications in consumer demand and taste. Before, we used to be only stuck in metro cities, and everyone wanted to come to the metro, come to the Chennai, come to the Bangalore, come to the Mumbai to get things done or look for a life, look for a future. The way out of everyone was trying to escape the tier 2, tier 3 cities. Now, Salem, places like Madurai, Coimbatore, small places, you can sit there and you can launch yourself and you can stay from there and you don't need to move out and you can reach your audience and provide services and entertainment from there. All this is thanks to the idea of long tail. So, as an entrepreneur or a businessman or aspiring entrepreneur, as an aspiring businessman, I would strongly suggest that you read this book, The Long Tail. It will give you ideas which I have not even probably touched upon because of the short duration of this video, and the length of the book is huge. And some of the examples he gives are fantastic. So I would recommend that you read this book if you're a business person or an entrepreneur. I mean, it's not much in terms of investing. I mean, I'm going to help you there. But if you are young and you're thinking about doing something and you want some inspiration, some ideas to help you think out of the box, and you feel like you're stuck in a rut as an entrepreneur, been doing this for a few years and don't see any growth or don't see anything happening, this book can probably save you. It'll help you open your mind and think differently and take a different approach and get you out of your mindset. Anyway, that being said, today was a little bit longer than I intended to speak, but I hope I didn't waste your time in the morning, that too on a Sunday morning. I do wish you have a wonderful day today, and do keep coming your feedback and your comments. Do catch me on Instagram on DMs. I do try and respond to everybody there. And if I did call you out on your comment on this channel, I hope you didn't take it personally. It's nothing personal. It's just that I found it as a learning opportunity, which I wanted to share with everybody. Because I don't think everybody sits and reads the comments. So some of the comments are quite enlightening. That being said, thank you for watching this. Do subscribe and turn on the bell notification. And I'll see you in the next one and wish you something tomorrow, I guess.